about to experience the awe and the mystery which reaches from the inner mind.
Hello boys and all the pretty girls that watch my channel. This is Ryusaki here in Tokyo. I have been asked a lot this same question: how to connect these two? So people ask, how do you connect a trigger to the Mamiya RZ so you can trigger some studio light? And I'm here to answer that question. So we all know Mamiya RZ, right? Simple setup, no winder, no nothing. A film bag, 120, one simple lens, viewfinder, easy, right? Everybody knows studio lighting, pro photo, right? So these are my two favorite things in the world. Pro photo lighting is super cool. You know, everybody has their taste. Somebody likes vanilla, somebody likes chocolate. I like pro photo. So every studio light will come with a trigger, usually a remote trigger. You can just plug into the camera. Usually they do have a clip up here where you can put the trigger. So here's the trigger. This is just the trigger for pro photo. It's usually what you want to get if you're using a Mamiya, because there are other triggers that have extra connectors for when you're using Canon or Nikon, where they have other connectors so you can communicate with the lens, automatically adjust itself to blah 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 blah. This doesn't have that. We're not gonna use it. So what you need to do is just get a simple air remote, just a normal trigger. A lot of the triggers have this thing on the bottom, right? A hot shoe adapter. And all you really need to do to trigger the flash is actually to make a short, pretty much, between the side one over here and the tip one over there. Once you do a short, it will trigger. So let's make a little test. So we have the trigger here. It has some frequencies because of the way a pro photo works. You can control so many different settings of lights in different setups. So I just put as the master, it will trigger. So if I press test over here, stop, beep, there, appeared. So now we're gonna be making a shortcut between the edge of this thing and this thing over here, the 2 points. So I'll just very gently squeeze this thing on the side and make this thing over here. Whoa! So as you can see, as soon as you make this connection, it's basically just a switch. See? And that's all you need right there, just a shortcut. And this is exactly what happens with the lenses when you trigger, at least in Mamiya lenses, when you trigger, it's like a switch. It just says it's connected, it's touching. So it makes shortcut between this little point over here and this little point over here. Pretty easy, right? So we're gonna be able to use that in this thing. As you may see, Mamiya has this thing over here, the RZ. It has two little dots in the middle and then the edges over here. So if we connected the middle part to the edge, it will actually trigger a flash. Ryusaki, what is that other little dot thing? Well, this other little dot over here, it is for telling the camera that the flash unit is ready. So right here there is a green LED that nobody has seen turn on, but there is a green LED here that tells you when the flash is ready. That flash communicates through here. Still haven't figured it out. I would love to turn that thing on with like some custom thing. We'll leave that for later. If you put a trigger right here, it would actually trigger the camera. Problem is that not all the triggers fit in this thing. This, for example, it's really big, it's bulky on the side. So if I squeeze it there by force, I have a problem with this. See, I move this, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm wiggling the actual trigger. You see, the trigger is moving. It's too fat for this. Although, it works. It takes the photo, right? Squeeze it in, takes the photo. Now, some of you have like grips, nail grips or whatever. Those grips do come with a plug in here, with a hot shoe mount, put it over here. I made my custom double grip, this thing right here, and I put this thing over here, which is a hot shoe mount adapter, whatever. But you guys don't need to go so crazy. I found this little thing in a camera store. It's just a hot shoe adapter with an X-Sync plug that comes out of there, and it's just a basic holder. It doesn't have any dots or anything. The only problem with this is that all these over here will be making a connection. So as soon as you put your trigger in this thing, because all of this is made out of metal, as soon as you plug it in, it turns on the flash. And then after that, it wouldn't work because it's already making a connection, a shortcut connection all the time. So what do? Really simple. Just come over here, put a little piece of tape on the bottom, right? There you go. Make sure it's a decent piece of tape and then slide it in like that. Now we have an extension. This extension can go right here. So we go ahead and take a picture. No boom. Why is that? Well, because I'm not connecting the signal from the camera to the trigger. So what to do now? There is a couple of cables that you can use, and most of triggers have port for in and out. You can see in, out, in, out. So how do you connect it? Well, you need a cable, right? One of the exits should be like this. It's mono. You see, it has two places where you can connect. It's not stereo, it has 3 or 4, like the iPhone ones have like 4 or 5, I don't know. The other side should have a PC sync cord. Now this over here will connect to the lens, or in my case, this thing over here. This thing is an extra output, same as the one in the lens, but I put it on the side right here. So you can actually just squeeze it like that. It would get the signal out of the camera into this, and from here, I can connect it over here. Overkill? Maybe. So let's go ahead and connect it over here, put it in there, and let's try the test shot. Of course, it's on, it's same frequency. Voila. You don't need to get the signal out of this thing over here, which by the way, you can put it this way or that way. Or we can just put it into the lens right here, and that should work. Voila. Okay, everything is fine now, but I'm using film. What if I'm using a digital back? The digital backs do need the signal from the lens to the digital back. So let's go ahead and change to a digital back. Okay, there we go, digital back. This is one of the phase 1 backs, the IQ system. The IQ system, there is a P system, there is the old ones, or whatever. There's a lot of digital backs in the world. But all of them do have a couple of connectors. And this time I have these two open over here. This one has a USB 3, it has a Firewire port over here. And some other have some other ports. So we just really need basically two. One, to control the digital back, and two, maybe, if you want, to get the output signal. Digital backs have a PC sync cord right here. It's usually on the left side, on the bottom side. You probably will find it right here, very easy. And there is this multiple connector port. Now here is a multiple connector cord that belongs to phase 1. It has all these dots over here, and it has just a PC sync. So this one came with the digital back. You connect it right there. It has to be facing this angle. You cannot move it. It's always stuck like that. And this, guess where it goes? Well, it goes on the lens, usually. And that's how you have to connect it. So you have to connect, well, at least with the RZ67 Pro II, you have to connect it toward the lens. Although, you can use also this little device that I got over here with the extra sync port. You connect it directly to the lens. So now you're saying, where can I get the signal from? That's where this thing comes in handy. You have an extra port over here, and this one has to be a threaded port. And lucky thing, I found this thing on Amazon, which has a threaded port. You can actually just turn like this and thread into the digital back so it wouldn't come loose. Now you have this thing that won't come loose from the digital back, and you have an extra plug in here, obviously to connect to your trigger. I want the camera, I'm gonna take a test shoot, and it's not shooting. One more. It's not shooting. So I'm gonna unwind it, I'm gonna plug it right here. It'll immediately trigger the light. But I take a picture, and there's no light coming out of there. Why there's no light coming out of there? I'm connected over here. Let's do it backwards. Take this out of there, take this out of the lens, connect the signal from the lens on the side, and connect the trigger directly to the lens. As soon as it happens, it seems like it's triggering. There is a shortcut going on here, but the shortcut is not on the camera, it's on the digital back. Well, at least in this case, I don't know how other digital backs work. Aptus and phase 1 usually work like this. Digital back is, with this connector, is making a shortcut. Why? Because it wants to control the flash. As soon as you connect this thing, it would make a shortcut. So if I take this out of here and try to take a shot, you see, it worked. So this thing is making a shortcut in here, which is the way that it's intended to be, so don't worry. So what's the deal? Well, you take out the trigger, and the trigger has to be connected to the digital back. Now that it's connected, it should work. But wait, I just tried that, and it didn't work. It doesn't. Why? Digital back is off. Alright, digital back's on, still thinking on there. So let's go ahead and take a shoot. Nothing. So why is not working? Well, no card. So go ahead and put a card there with some space in it. As you can see, it's still blinking there, that is thinking, that is wondering what to do. Let's go ahead and put the card inside, and then it activated. Stop blinking. I'm ready to shoot. Now, let's take a shoot. Voila, it worked. I really recommend this. Why? Because a lot of times that I'm shooting, I have to change the lenses. And when you're having the lenses connected over here, one, it will move a lot. And two, when you change the lenses, you need to disconnect it. The cable just floating around, hanging from the digital back. And if you're in a rush and model is waiting for you, and you just like 1 second, let me change the lens, and there you're changing the lens, trying to hurry up because everyone is waiting for you. You put the other lens and you forget to put this thing. So you are ready, you focus, everyone is posing, and you press the trigger and nothing happens. You don't take a picture, there's no flash going, nothing going on because you forgot to put this cable. It's really annoying to have to connect it every single time to every single lens. So I got this little thing. It cost me $6 or $6 around, maybe $5 in some places, I guess. Just this little plasticky thingy, $6. And now I have this thing that is always connected in there and I don't need anything else. If you get the Pro II, you can save this cable right here. You have to pay to get this adapter plate, which is meant for the Pro II, and of course the more expensive body. This adapter costs you $400 or $500 more than the basic adapter. I talked about that in other videos. And all you will do is just save you this cable right here, but you still need the cable for a trigger, the light. I do like my cables, I don't know why. I like the cables. So that will be everything for now. If you like the video, please share, comment, subscribe, share it, like it, share it again. I would love to improve for you guys. If there is any other thing that I could share for you guys, please let me know. I know there's a lot of people trying to invest in getting a digital bag. I would love for everybody to have a pro photo lighting or brown color lighting, digital bags, medium formats. I want everybody to get medium formats right now. Sounds expensive, but it's not really that much. You can do it. I did it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Bye bye.